What's the deal, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Married to Medicine Season 12, Episode 3. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on, y'all? Listen, I just came back from the drugstore, honey. I just came back from the goddamn drugstore. I went and got me some meds from the dentist and stuff like that, so I can be good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the wisdom tooth pains is something else. I got my right wisdom tooth out already. The right side is gone, but now I need to get the left side up out of here. The left side got to go. I'm at that age where it's time for your wisdom tooth to be gone, child. Okay, that's what I do now. All right, so but we here, but just to give you guys a quick reminder that the Whether You Like It or Not panel, instead of being on Sakina's platform tonight, is going to be on Busy's platform tonight because Sakina could not host. So it'll be on Busy's platform tonight instead of Sakina's platform. So after I get done with this Married to Medicine review, you guys can take a look, see on my community wall page, and it'll be up there by the time this is over with. So be on the lookout for that. What else is going on at this moment? Y'all know that the Scene ATL is out. We hit 5,000 views, which is very good for a new show and an up and coming platform. So we really do appreciate you guys tuning in to the show or whatever. Like, we really do appreciate it. Love you guys. A new episode drops on tomorrow night, and it's going to be a good episode. Okay, it's gonna be good. And make sure you guys tune into Josiah's page right after the show is over for the panel. They have the Whether You Like It or Not, the Scene ATL edition panel, where it's JoJo, Really BT, Rakisha, and Nikki over there. They review the show after it's over. And then after the panel is over, we're going to come over here and go live on my channel so I can give you guys some insight on episodes 1 and 2, because I did not go live last week after the show because I was just so excited about the show coming out. And I was just ready to just watch it with everybody, be in the comments and everything like that. So we're gonna start doing like a little Scotty Gang live after the panel and stuff like that, so I can give you guys a little bit of insight on things that y'all didn't see and some background information on the scenes that I was a part of. You know what I'm saying? But baby, the show improves with every single episode. Okay, so it's a lot of stuff that we learned from the first episode, like the long drawn out scenes. We're not trying to have the scenes too long. There's some other stuff that's being added to the show. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna see some stuff, and by episode 3, the confessionals change. They still have it's still the same type of background, but the cameras would be different and the sound would be different. So it's gonna be different confessionals as we get into episode 3. Because I think I did the first 2 episodes with the blue suit, and then on episode 3 on down, I changed my outfits, I believe. So yeah. The show's going to improve as it goes along, y'all. So be on the lookout for it tomorrow at 8/7 Central on the Stylish TV network. And we're loving the reviews, even though some of these folks are so far-fetched, like especially when coming out of me and Bando, like they keep on talking about our situationship is fake. It ain't nothing fake about it, honey. It's just that when the cameras picked up, we was reconnecting, and we weren't speaking, but we were reconnecting, on the verge of reconnecting at that moment. So that's why it's so confusing to people. Like, I can understand why it could be confusing, but you'll see more as the show continues. You got to let the story unfold, honey. So it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and get into yesterday's episode of Married to Medicine. Let me get my notes out. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb so I won't be disturbed. And where we at? Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. All right. So we're gonna open up with Toya and Contessa. Contessa wants to throw herself a birthday party. Contessa's about to turn 50. These are her last year in her 40s. And she's always wanted to have like a big birthday party, but she's never really had no birthday party for herself. And she grew up in the 70s, so it's like she wants to have like a 70s birthday party. And I understand that, as a motherfucker that grew up in the 90s, I love me a 90s party. I love me a little 90s party playing nothing but 90s tunes. It's just, it makes me feel good because I grew up in the 90s where everything was sweet for black folks. Like the music was sweet, the movies were sweet, the shows were sweet, even the goddamn cartoons were sweet. Everything was just good in the 90s. Life was so goddamn simple in the 90s, okay? I knew every song on the damn radio. My radio stayed on. You can't pay me to listen to the radio at the age of 36. You can't pay me to listen to the radio. You can't pay me to watch BET. But back then, baby, I knew every goddamn song and every damn thing. I loved me some 90s. If I could have been a teenager in the 90s, I would have been on point. Okay, I would have had every damn thing. Okay, and that's just on period. But however, she wants to do this party for herself, and I think she wants to throw it for herself because nobody has ever thrown her a party. And so Toya says that she doesn't really want Contessa's party to be full of drama. You know, every time they all come together and do something as a group, it's always a little bit of drama going on every time, you know, they come together as a group, which is true. Every time they do come together, it is some drama. It's always some bullshit. And, you know, don't nobody want that at their birthday party. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I spend all this money on a goddamn birthday party, I need for you hoes to get along. I don't need for y'all to be sitting up here trying to run up and fight each other over some stupid shit. You feel what I'm saying? Over, you said this about my husband. No, girl, you said that about my husband, girl. No, you said this about my husband. Like, you know, they argue over the dumbest shit. So don't nobody really got time to be having all that going on at a party that they're throwing that they spend all this money on. So I understood what Toya was saying. But you know, with these Married to Medicine hoes, they want to sit up here and act like they're the upper echelon, but they just as ratchet as everybody goddamn else. They aren't any better than the Real Housewives of Atlanta girls. They're not. They're full of drama, full of shit. They always doing some trifling shit to one another. So, girl, please miss me with it, child. Just miss me with it, honey. Okay. Contessa just excited. So we go ahead and get into Quad and King. Now, I don't know what it is, but when I was watching this scene, it felt like King was disinterested at that moment. You know, Quad coming up in there, you know, he eating leftovers. They're going back and forth about leftovers and shit like that. Baby, I love me a good piece of leftover. I cooked some tacos last night, child, and when I got home from work, I could not wait to get my mouth set on them damn tacos. I just couldn't wait to eat them. And they were good too. Okay, they were good. Now, you know, one thing, ever since I've learned how to cook tacos, you cannot stop me from making them. You just wait till I learn how to cook a full course meal. I'm gonna be cooking full course meals every motherfucking day. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all can't say nothing now, because I'm learning how to cook. Y'all can't say nothing now. Jamar was the one who taught me how to make tacos. Now I can make you a burger all goddamn day. You feel what I'm saying? I can make you a good ass hamburger. I knew how to do that anyway. But baby, them tacos been good and shit. Everybody loves my tacos. But anyway, where we at though? So I think Quad is on this journey with the IVF stuff. You know, she went all the way to I think she went to what is it? She went to Ghana or something like that for the shit or whatnot. Like she went to Ghana and, you know, did her thing and, you know, got the shots and stuff like that. So, you know, she's really, you know, excited about trying to have a baby with King. And I can tell that she really, really loves King and she really is, you know, interested in being with him for the rest of her life, because when she was with Greg, he begged her for a baby. She didn't want to give him no baby. She wasn't interested in the least bit in having no baby with Greg. And a lot of people was looking at her sideways because she didn't want to have no baby with her husband. But you know, y'all know I love Sweet Tea. Y'all know this. Y'all know that's my girl. I love me some Sweet Tea. I love her to death. But if I was quiet, I wouldn't have wanted to have no baby by Greg either. Just judging by the way, you know, the things that Quad said that Greg did to her, I probably wouldn't have wanted to have no baby with him either. And I'm not trying to sit up here and say that Greg is some damn woman beater or anything like that, because I don't know. I wasn't in a house. nor was I in their bed or nothing like that. So I don't know what was going on with them, but just judging by the things that Quad said that happened in their marriage, it probably was the best thing that she didn't bring no baby into the marriage. Because, you know, people bring kids into fucked up situations all the time, and they don't really be thinking about how they can affect the child when they bring them into the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, I just think that, you know, even though everybody was looking at Quad crazy, like give your man a baby, give your man a baby. If she knew that the environment was too toxic, if she knew the environment wasn't going to be good for her, let alone a child, and she did what she was supposed to do to not bring no baby into this world with that man. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna want to bring, you know, I always used to say, if I was really into having children, I don't want to bring no child into my family because they're toxic. And if I did decide to go ahead and have a child, baby, they wouldn't be around my family, some of my family members, because they're too toxic. Bad influences, fake Christians. Like, don't nobody got time for that. So, yeah. So if you know an environment is toxic, or you know a situation is toxic, then baby, do what you got to do. You ain't got to bring no child into this world. But it seems as though Quad is working double time because she got two doctors. She go to Dr. Jackie on States, and then she got a doctor in Ghana for the other shit. So you feel what I'm saying? So I get it. I like it. And you know, I really hope the best for Quad, to be quite honest. Like, everybody deserves love and you know, things like that. So we get into Contessa's party. They're talking about the budget. I think Contessa spent like $45,000 on the party, and then I think Toya said my wedding was like $70,000, and then, you know, I think Brandy had said something. It's something about Brandy that I like. I like Dr. Brandy. I don't know about y'all, but I fucks with Dr. Brandy. I think she gonna have I think we'll have like a Dr. Brandy stand over here, resident Dr. Brandy stand right here, because I like Dr. Brandy. I don't know about y'all, but I like Dr. Brandy. I can fuck with Dr. Brandy. She cool. So Toya was like, so did you have anything to do with the planning of the party? And she was like, yeah. And then she was like, well, what about Scott? And then she was like, no, Scott didn't have nothing to do with it. So Toya was like, I really wish these men would do better by us and plan these parties for us. We should not be dealing with the stress of planning no damn party. And then when she walked over to Scott, she was like, hey, y'all did a great job with this party. And then Scott said, well, I tried. And then Toya said, you didn't have shit to do with this damn party, and blah, 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 right? So as the party is going on, the women are sitting down, and Simone is saying that the women always have to move the bar all the time. And it's always about what the woman can bring, and it's not necessarily about what the man can bring, because a man feels like, baby, I bring home the bacon, I bring home the money, I really ain't got to put no effort into shit. Long as I'm paying your bills and long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for you, then you ain't got to worry about shit going on over here, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I see men do that all the time. And let me tell y'all something. I am fine with being the token gay boy that hangs out with the group, with the group of straight men. I am absolutely fine with being a token gay boy that hangs out with straight men. You want to know why? Because I get to call them out on their bullshit every time they're doing trifling ass shit to their women, okay? For example, I remember one of my dear friends, my straight homeboy. He was engaged to this girl, and he was so mad with her, and he was saying, and you know, he was saying, I pay all the bills and shit, and the least she could do is have my breakfast done in the morning. The least she could do is have my clothes folded and shit, all this other stuff. And I'm like, why would she do that? And when I said that, he was like, nigga, what you talking about? I said, you saying what you feel like she should have done for you because you do this for her. But what the one thing that you don't do for her is be faithful. Nigga, you cheating on her. I see the bitch you cheating on her with all the goddamn time. The bitch that you cheat with come up here to the store all the goddamn time. So how the fuck you gonna sit up here and say anything about this girl and how she ain't gotta work? I pay all the bills. I work all these jobs. I pay all the goddamn bills, and I do this and I do that. Okay, so because you pay all the bills and you make sure she has money in her pocket, that gives you the right to go out and cheat and act like You are supposed to go out and cheat and get other pieces of pussy because you pay for the pussy that's at home. Get the fuck out of my face. And every time I would say some shit like that, he'll be like, man, you always taking up for the women all the time. You always taking up for the women. You don't never take up for the niggas. And I'm like, no. It ain't got nothing to do with not taking up for the niggas. It ain't got nothing to do with me taking up for the women all the time. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I can't sit up here and listen to you go in on a woman about what she's not doing for your liking when you are out here cheating on her. How do you don't you think she may know that you out here fucking around on her, and that's why she's not putting in much effort because you out here fucking another bitch? But y'all expect women to make the world go round for y'all when the only thing y'all do is turn y'all dicks around to the next bitch that want to suck on it. And I don't understand it. But I guess it ain't meant for me to understand, nor is it any of my motherfucking business. But don't come to me if you don't want to be held accountable. That's all I'm saying. So that's why, I was sitting up here like, I agree with what Simone was saying. With men, it's always about what you can do for them and how you can make them feel. But they don't think about the things that they do because they feel like because they bring home the money and shit, or they bring home materialistic shit, then that means that they can go out and do whatever they please and they ain't got to worry about pleasing you. That's not the way the world turns, baby. It's just not. And if you think that's the way the world turns, then you a goddamn fool. Do you hear me? Simone feels like she's being taken for granted at this moment, especially with the boys and Cecil and things like that. And we're going to see why she feels taken for granted in just a second. But then Contessa say, girl, we're at a party at this party that I didn't pay for. We're supposed to be having a good time. And you hoes are sitting up here talking about me and my husband. And then everybody started laughing. And I'm like, well, yeah, like, why y'all sitting up here talking about this lady and throwing shade at this lady and her husband at her own damn party? Like, that don't make no damn sense to me. But that's what they do on Married to Medicine, child. They sit up here and they do weird shit like that. Like they talk about each other's relationships. And I guess that's the type of friendships that they have where they can just be up in everybody's business or they can say whatever and blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, girl, get your own. Mind your own damn business. Find something else to do. Find something safe to do if you get my drift. So. It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, so moving on to the next. We get into Simone and Cecil. So the boys have graduated from college, and the boys are fixing dinner for their parents as their parents come home. Now, was it just me when they was taking that lasagna out of that damn silver pan? The paper was still on that silver pan. I know y'all boys can be a tad bit, slow-mo sometime. But y'all know that paper was still on that damn shit. Now, y'all could have took that damn paper off when y'all bought that shit. Y'all know y'all was putting food on. Now, why y'all making stupid ass mistakes and decisions and shit like that? That's the shit that I don't understand or get. But, like I said, it ain't for me to understand nor get. You feel what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But I'm like, what the fuck are y'all even doing? Like, what? Like, why are y'all even on? Like, why y'all left that paper on this shit? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why did you do that? Y'all look crazy. That got on my nerves. It really did. But however, they were talking about this Jeep and that, Michael wants another car. And looking at him and listening to what he's saying, I can tell that he's a spoiled brat. He's very entitled. And he feels like because his mama got money, she's supposed to do these things for him, right? And so they're talking about the Jeep. He say the Jeep ain't cool. And then they start talking about the car and how he needs to be able to pay his own car note. And not to mention, they start talking about law school. And she was saying, we just need to know how you're going to finance for your education. And she said, when I was coming up, all I had was financial aid. I had loans. I had scholarships. So Michael gonna look at Simone and said, but see, your mother wasn't able to do things for me. Well, do things for you that you can do for us. That might be true. Yeah. Simone and Cecil are able to do things for you guys that their parents couldn't do for them. That is very true. But it's not wise to constantly do shit for y'all and cripple y'all when it's time for y'all to get into the real world. She had to pay for her own education because that's what she wanted to do. You need to fall in line. And at the end of the day, sometimes I feel like kids really don't care about what their parents are going through or what their parents have to deal with in order to get them what they wanted, because they're ungrateful. You have all this shit and you want to be ungrateful. When I was growing up, my mama worked at my mama was a teacher assistant for the first how many years of my life? The first 8 years of my life, my mama worked as a fucking teacher's assistant. Okay, them motherfuckers didn't make no money. My mama barely made $1,000 a month. Barely made didn't make, probably that check probably was $800 a month. My mama was on food. My mama would get food stamps, and I ain't talking about that was before they had the EBT card. My mama had the books of food stamps. I remember. Now I used to love it on the weekends. My mama give me and my sister our own book of food stamps. We'll go to the store and rack the fuck up on any piece of junk food we wanted, baby. I used to love me some food stamps. Didn't even realize we were struggling back then. We just loved us some food stamps. Loved them, okay? Cause if I could have food stamps today, I promise I would. But she would get food stamps and shit like that because she was like I said, them checks was no more than $800 or $900 a month. Well, what could she do with that after she paid her rent, her lights, the water? What else was she gonna have? And her condo, what else was she gonna have? So yeah, we get it. And then after my first 8 years, my mother was a postal worker, so she was able to get me more than what she could back then. But I was never really an ungrateful child. Like, I was always content with whatever she gave me. So my thing is, my mama really just couldn't go and get me a Jeep. Before I moved to Atlanta, I was driving in the car that my mama handed me down, baby. My mama gave me her old Honda Accord when I was I think I was about like 26 or 27. She gave me her old Honda Accord. She went and got her another car. She gave me her Honda Accord. Paid for. Did you think I gave a fuck about that? Some people would have turned their nose up at that damn Honda Accord. Baby, it was paid for. There was no car note. It was paid for. You thought I wasn't going to take them keys to that car? I drove that motherfucker till it broke down. Which it did before I got here to Atlanta. It broke the fuck down. So yeah, you can't be ungrateful like that. She don't have to do shit for you. If anything, y'all really got it better than a lot of kids y'all age. Then he wanted to bring up, well, what about the white kids? Their white parents got money and they were able to fund them, help them out. And then she was like, well, what about the white kids that have the same type of parents you got but ain't doing shit? And I'm like, yeah, Simone, tell him the motherfucking truth. And Cecil, you weak as fuck. You weak as hell because you don't ever have Simone's back. You really need to have Simone's back a little bit more because you be babying them damn boys. And that is the reason why they feel so goddamn entitled, because you got their mama who's hard on them, but their dad goes a little bit more easy. And you don't make the type of money that Simone make. And I feel like if you was in her position, you would understand that shit a little bit more. At the end of the day, you would, because Simone is doing it all. She's the one that they run to, and it's the fact that you got $60,000 in debt on a damn credit card. My mama would never let me do that. I live in Atlanta. I barely ask my mama for anything. I've always been self-sufficient. If I ask my mama for anything, it's because I really need it. Other than that, I don't ask my mama for shit. I would rather stress or struggle before I ask my mama for nothing. Shit. Some of us didn't grow up like you, baby boy. I grew up with food stamps. My mama was an assistant teacher before she got to work at the post office. Okay. I knew about the layaway. My mama would ask us what we wanted for Christmas, and she'll be like, I will give her a list. Sometimes she wouldn't buy it right away. She'll take it and put it on layaway. Like, that's what she'll do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, some of us didn't get to grow up like you. So, and then the fact that you wanted to be done with the conversation because your mama was giving you real talk and real talk, real conversation. Like, I be looking at these kids today and I be like, bitch, y'all had it better than I did. Like y'all had it better than a lot of us. Like you TV kids, like because a lot was given to y'all. That's why what is it? Just because something was given to y'all, y'all feel like y'all are supposed to have it and y'all entitled to it, and y'all are not entitled to shit. She don't have to buy you no damn Jeep. You better drive that Jeep till the wheels fall off, bitch. Cause I promise you, if my mama were to give me a Jeep today, if my mama bought me a Jeep 10 years ago, baby, I'll still be driving it. Just like I was still driving that Honda until it couldn't go no more. That car stayed with me from 2017 on up to the time I left for Atlanta. Right before I left for Atlanta, my car broke the fuck down. And here in Atlanta, if it ain't Jamar or Carl, taking me somewhere, I get in the Uber and go on my own. With no questions asked, no issue. That's until I get my new car. When you grown and you know how to make it, you know how to make something work out for you. Just because your mama got money don't mean you need to take advantage of her. So the way that she reacted and the way she screamed and shouted the way that she did that because she was frustrated. She's dealing with a house full of ungrateful people and she got a husband who ain't really shit because she feels like it's 3 versus 1 and she ain't got nobody on her side. But baby, I understood where you're coming from, Simone. And I'll never be on Simone's side on shit, but I definitely understood that. Because guess what? One of my siblings was just like that little boy, entitled and ungrateful, felt like they was entitled to having everything. The fuck out of my face. Anyway, it's Brandy's 42nd birthday. She's having a birthday dinner. Her husband paying for every damn thing. And Simone and Heavenly arrives together. Simone starts venting to Heavenly, and she was basically saying, like, I am so tired of doing everything. Like, I'm so tired of being ganged up on. I'm so tired of all of this madness. Like, I'm just tired. Like, I don't know what else I can do. And, Heavenly, was in agreement with her. So Brandy comes in and she was like, I'm turning 42. I know I don't look like it. And I'm like, girl, you sure don't. I thought you were my age. I'm 36. So I thought Brandy was my motherfucking age, but she looked good for 42. So then, Toya starts ordering shots. And then Contessa comes in and she was basically saying that, when you having a party, you don't really get to spend time with everybody. So that's why I decided to do a brunch the next day. I got up and I cooked brunch and things like that and had people over my house and stuff like that. And it was a good thing. And so Tori was like, so you got up and cooked brunch the next day? And she was like, yeah. So I'm guessing what they're saying is they expected Scott to do it. And so that's when Brandy called her husband on FaceTime. And she, everybody was thanking him for paying for the meals, paying for the drinks and all that. And then that's when Contessa starts coming for Brandy. And I didn't understand why she was coming for Brandy, talking about we're supposed to give her husband a gold medal because he did this. It's not about giving him a gold medal. It's the fact that her husband thought enough of her to pay for a restaurant for her and her friends to eat and drink and have a good motherfucking time. It sounds like you're pissed and upset because your husband didn't do the same thing for you. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounds like you're upset and you're pissed because your husband did not even bat an eyelash to do the same thing for you. And it ain't nobody else's fault but your motherfucking husband's. And Contessa, you was nasty and you were just completely mean to that girl for no reason. And I was so glad that Brandy stood up for her husband, but I do feel like Brandy should have read your ass to motherfucking oblivion because the shit that you were saying was just completely nasty. I would just make your ass leave. I would have said, girl, get the fuck out of here. Get up from my table and get the fuck out of here. You want to throw shade at me? You want to talk about my husband? You want to downgrade what he just did for me? Well, bitch, go pay for your own goddamn food. Because you're not finna get nothing over here. Pay for your own motherfucking food since it's a problem that my husband's paying for my shit. So get the fuck out of here. Nah, I ain't like that at all. Contessa was doing way too much. And then she was like, well, we're talking about my party and what my husband did do for me. But if my husband did this for me, I would be underwhelmed. Why would you be underwhelmed if that's something that Brandy wanted? Brandy wanted that. She's not underwhelmed. Brandy wanted that. Brandy wanted that. So no, she's not underwhelmed. That's something that she wanted. He probably asked her, hey, what you want to do for your birthday? What you want to do for your birthday? And she probably told him, this is what I want to do. This is what I want, blah, blah, blah. And he gave it to her. He said he'll pay for everybody. So yeah, you could be underwhelmed all you want to, but she's not. And that is the reason why your opinion don't motherfucking matter. Shut your ass up. Okay, girl, when I tell y'all she got on my goddamn nerves, Contessa did. Like, girl, who the fuck are you? You mad because your husband didn't do shit for you. And then that's when her and Toya start getting into it. And stuff like that. Her and Toya started going back and forth, but then they hugged each other. And then I'm just like, okay, y'all calling each other bitches and shit. Then y'all hugging each other. What type of shit is that? Then on top of that, Simone then says that she don't want to be married no more. I believe it. And that's all I'm gonna say about that is that I believe that her ass don't want to be married to Cecil no more. She tried to leave his ass before, and everybody, saved her marriage. But she's tired of driving. She's tired of driving up the mountains trying to save her marriage at this goddamn point. She's tired of it. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But y'all, that's it. That's all, y'all. That's all I really have for Married to Medicine, y'all. I'm about to go on and get up out of here. I'm about to take me a little shower in time for this panel at 8:30. I just shared the link to tonight's panel on my community wall. It will be on Busy's platform instead of Sakina's platform. So make sure you guys tune into that. I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. Okay, I'll probably go live depending on what's going on, or I'll do a pre-record video. But just know that you guys should go and view this tomorrow, because tomorrow's Tuesday. Make sure you guys tune into the Scene ATL on tomorrow night at 8/7 Central on the Stylish TV network on YouTube. Be on the lookout for that. Episode 2 is tomorrow. And be sure to look at the panel for the show on Josiah's page soon after that, and then I'll be going live after the panel. Make sure you guys go pick up my book, That's Why You're Lonely. It's available on Amazon and Kindle Books. With that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.